kind of eat. Got the shrimp burger, the fries. But we're gonna pick up where we left off. The dude trying to force his beliefs dogmatically on people. How lofty is it to try to come on here and force his beliefs on the prophet? Let me tell y'all something, man. Excuse the hair, man. I'm at home. I'm unwinding. I got drink. I got food. But you try to come on here. See, people don't like when you're free. Like, people want you to have to be bound. You have to answer to all these different people and stuff. And it's like, even with jobs, right? If you got to answer to people, you answer to them, but be free in your mind. I remember En Vogue from the 80s and 90s had a song, free your mind and the rest shall follow. Be colorblind, don't be so shallow. A lot of people who believe in Christianity are shallow. The majority of them don't have no fruit, but yet they think that the way that they believe is the way that everybody else should go. And you know how I know? Because I used to be the same way before I gained this wisdom that I have. You know, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be in here. Y'all come in here. You can ask any question you want. But I'm gonna do the content by request. Two content by request that Charisma asked me to do in the meantime. So, if y'all don't come in here, I ain't gonna be in here too long. Come on in here. Let me see. Let's go back to it. See, I'm not gonna be bound by no marriage, by no job, by no person, period. If I'm at your job, I answer to you there. If you're a supervisor, you're a manager, I answer to you at the job. But when I come home, yeah, I gotta be accountable. UJ Rexa says, shout me out, bro. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming in, UJ Rexa. And me, John Miro says, what up, bro? What's going on, man? So what we doing is, y'all can ask me any question y'all want while I'm doing this content by request. I'm gonna go back, so I gotta go back to it. UJ Rexon threw up the peace sign. Yeah, peace to you, bro. Thanks for coming in here. So, let's go back down to it. The content by request from Charisma 808. I gotta find it. Should be at the top. Let's see. Let's go there. Content by request. Where was it? Hollow Brother says, first, me, John says, what do you think about this P. Diddy, Puff Daddy situation? Well, I think that some of the things that he's being accused of, he did for the fame and the fortune. And that's why you can't sell yourself short or sell yourself out to get to the top. And like, I think that was Cat Williams that said billionaires had to do a lot of SHIT to become a billionaire. Somebody said that. And it's true. And some of the circles they run in, they develop like filthy minds where they do be involved in the sex trafficking and all that different stuff. He said, Cat is weird also. There's somebody else said, Hollow Brother said, favorite Chief Keef song. I don't know any of his songs, actually. I don't know, like, any of Chief Keef songs. Said, UJ Ruxon said, did he do it? I believe he did. But here's the thing. Y'all notice how the black guys are going down for what everybody was doing? Like, R. Kelly is not the first to do what he did. TD Jakes. TD Jakes nothing. TD Jakes going down because, did y'all hear about how they said he was on a lot of them videos? And like, some people believe that's why Kim Porter, that's why that happened with her. Because the phone that she sent Cassie, TD Jakes was on a lot of that stuff. So what happened was, allegedly, before her and P. Diddy, before she died, so on and so forth, she would be at those parties just recording it. Like they acting like she was going along with it. And I believe when he found out, that's when she just mysteriously was gone. Me, John said, I think they trying to take another brother down. Well, they'll take the white dudes down too. If they don't keep cooperating, they'll take anybody down. That Cat is weird also. Yeah. TD Jakes going down. Yeah. But this is what I was telling the other guy. If y'all see the live I did a few minutes ago, I was telling the other guy that they want to come at me, but I bet you he ain't had no smoke for TD Jakes. It's all about power. True? See, as long as they cooperate, but those dudes be trying to create their own stuff. They be trying to, like for instance, notice when TD Jakes start trying to talk like us, the red pill guys, the manosphere, that's when all of this stuff happened. Sean Breezy says, salute to you, Truth, man, just tuning in. Shout out to you, Sean Breezy. Hey, man, I want you to join our group too, man. I'm gonna have to tell you about it. Send, my email is truthblaster888@gmail.com. I'll tell you more about it if you're interested. But it is about power. When they, like I said, TD Jakes start trying to talk like he red pill. They don't like red pill talk. I mean, y'all should have knew that. How they be on Andrew Tate. See, you can't be with them and then try to talk like you're not with them. Unless they give you permission to do so. Unless you control the opposition. Well, TD Jakes got to talking against feminism, this, that, and they like, wait a minute. How you talking against it and you all for it? See, it was a reason why TD Jakes wasn't never speaking against gays and stuff. I knew about them going back to MegaFest when it was in Atlanta. And I was online talking to some guys that was in Atlanta. And they was basically saying that some pastor was down there picking up dudes and picking up trannies. I gotta watch how I say this. I don't want this video to get took down. But yeah. So Sean Breezy, what we're doing is, in a few minutes, I'm gonna get into the content by request when I can find it from Charisma 808. But in the meantime, we also doing this. Ask me any questions that you might have about anything. I'm gonna keep eating. I'm gonna keep answering y'all questions. So, and I'm gonna keep looking for this content by request. See, the comments was coming right up. But sometimes they move your comments either to YouTube Studio. Let's see if it come up. Okay. See here it is. UJ says, I didn't know it was this bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. See, the secret society, they under the devil. So what they do what the devil did, one of the greatest things the devil tried to do to mankind is make you think she didn't exist, but also to make you think that she is a he. But if you know how to do research, you already know that that's not the case. The devil is called the serpent in the book of Genesis, but the devil is called Leviathan in the book of Enoch and the book of Job. And in the book of Enoch, it says that the devil, Leviathan, is a female. So here's the content by request. So now is the time for people to awaken to the truth. Okay, Sean Breezy said, let's talk about working with these women on these jobs. Oh my goodness. I was just talking to a friend of mine. It's a police officer. And he was talking about his partner is so bad that he just wants to get away from him. So he took another position where he worked by himself. Let me tell you, on my job, let me tell you what happened. So, you know, there's a lot of women there. Guys be trying to get with them. They've been complaining. Women want guys to try to holler at them. Then when they do, they want to accuse them of sexual harassment, complain against them, get them fired. And then when the guys start not talking to them, now they want to say, no, they don't try to talk to me. You work with these women on these jobs, man. If you like them, you either go through third person, have somebody else tell them, or you let them approach you. Watch what you say about gays, about religion, about Trump, especially around these women. it's best to just keep it shallow with them or not talk to them at all. But if you do, if they be acting like they like you, then you make them make it clear. You get some type of evidence. Because the guy I work with say he was mashing on one of the women. And so when he ain't want her no more, she's like, where are we going from here? He told her he didn't want a relationship. So when he was calling for a break, she said, who is this, such and such? He said, yeah. She hung up in his face. Click. UJ Rexon says Lucifer was the angel of music. You need to watch my videos now. I break down what the evidence and who the evidence say Lucifer is. UJ says, I ignore the woman. Smart man. You can't go wrong. Now, they might try to be petty with you and target you because they feed off negative emotion. So they might try, if you ignore them, they're going to try to push your button to get a response. Who says all the music we have is Luciferian? I mean, I wouldn't say all, I would say most, because people don't know how to tune them hurts up to a righteous spiritual level. So a lot of the music we have is Luciferian. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I be listening to some of it. Okay, let's get to this content by request. Yeah, feel free to jump in with your question. We're already 17 minutes in. Most people don't get this. No, they don't. You have to be, for it not to be devilish at all, you have to literally know how to get to that hertz level that moves God. And most people don't even know what it is. What they say is it 528, 328? So most people don't even know, so how they gonna get there? Okay. Content by request. That don't be knowing. Oh wait, why is it off here? I gotta go back. Okay, here's what he said. Part 2. That. And this go hand in hand with what we talking about. Okay, let me just take a bite. Just go hand in hand with what we're talking about. Here's what he said. He said, how to deal with people that play both sides. They have the spirit of Judas / Delilah. There are people that I know don't like me, but they still want to be connected to me. I don't know if they're doing it because they might need me to have their back. I don't know if they're sticking around because I'm becoming successful. But you'll see these people show love and support to other people, but half-ass, excuse my language, when it comes to you. I know this is purposely done. It's almost like they're trying to manipulate or break me in silence. My discernment is strong. They act like it will take something from them, showing you support. Why can't people just not mess with you if they don't like you? Another good one. Why pretend to like me but not mess with me? If I don't mess with somebody, I just walk away. They're cowards. I used to street fight. So like my old saying goes, if people can't beat you head up, they try to sneak attack you. And it says, or get other people to help them get you. This is similar to how people move in real life. How to deal with people like this. So, and it goes hand in hand with Sean Breezy. Because a lot of these people be women. Women will use you. These women nowadays, they won't even like you, but they'll still use you, and they'll be messing with somebody else the whole time. All while nagging you, acting like you a bad guy, acting like you the one cheating. Because a lot of today's women, they don't want to admit that they're wrong. He said, how to deal with people that play both sides. You gotta call them out sometime. You gotta know how to expose them. Let me give you an example. So, on my job, it's an argument, a continuous argument about the guys getting off the phones when medication is being distributed. Some people say, like they'll try to say they got a free call, right? And it's like, one dude said, well, you got to check and see. But you can't check and see if the person that could tell you ain't getting back to you. So one person says, no, they got to get off no matter what. Another person says, well, you let them stay on, you just check. But I'm trying, yeah, this your content by request, Charisma. I'm doing, put part 1 up there, because it's not showing up, but I'm doing part 2 right now. So, UJ Rexha said, the black women on other channels be putting black men down big time. Absolutely. That's why they shouldn't be supporting them. Dude, here's what's crazy. They act like you can't watch porn, or you can't go in your city, wherever you at, step out and just get to hollering at chicks. That's what they act like. And a lot of women that's in relationships act like you ain't never been in one, and act like you ain't never got none. So, going back to content by request, you got to expose people when they try to play both sides. So this is what I said I'm going to do in this situation. I'm going to wait till all them lieutenants in there, all them sergeants, and I'm going to say, what's the rule on the phone with free call? Because they all saying something different. It's like when people play both sides, it's like they trying to hop, skip, and jump around because they don't want to accept truth. It reminds me of what Metro said. He said, pick a side and stay there. The only time you're supposed to switch sides is if somebody just go to the left. Other than that, people just want to play both sides because they want everybody. They want everybody to like them. But when you know that you're around people that's playing both sides, you got to expose them and make them accept and know and understand the truth, whatever the situation is. And yeah, they do have the spirit of Judas and Delilah. The whole time, Delilah was gassing Samson because they wanted to kill him anyway. But in order for them to get him, they had to get him out of his power. Delilah, I'm writing a book. About different types of women. I ain't gonna tell y'all too much because there's certain things in my personal life that I want to get situated before I come out with this book, because this book gonna be a bestseller. And I don't want nobody benefiting that ain't down with me like that. Nobody. They ain't down with me. They like say a woman, right? Why would you if a guy is on the verge of divorce, why would he go and just go all out and prosper to have to give it to her? And she gonna be trying to be all nice to the next man and doing everything she could have did with you. So I'm gonna write the book, and once situations unfold, I'm gonna put this book out. Y'all all gonna want, I'm telling you, you really want to get this. I wish I could give you more clues about this book, but I don't want to give it away, because ain't nobody finna benefit from this book that ain't down with me, that ain't trying to make me feel good, that ain't trying to, be supportive to. It ain't happening. So the book is gonna be delayed, like all the rest of my books. I ain't stupid, man. I know opposition. So they think they're queens and men should be their slaves. Exactly, UJ. I was just telling somebody this earlier. So, see, I ain't the only one to know this stuff, man. That women, a lot of women are mad because guys is waking up to their nonsense. Yeah, we still want to smash you. Yeah, we'll cuddle up with you if you cuddleable, if that's a word, cuddleable. Sure, we ain't against you. We just ain't for the garbage. We ain't stand with garbage when it could be something worthwhile out there. So, going back to content by request. So there are people that I know don't like me. True. People, you gonna know a lot of time when people don't like you, man. Somebody had a message held for review. Here's the troll. He's back again, but I'm gonna get to you in a minute. 1 minute you want to talk like you a believe. See, this is why I don't believe in that Christianity stuff. I believe in the Most High. Because these people be acting fake. Let me show y'all what he said. I'm gonna put it up. It says show. Somebody got rid of it. He said, is a homeless man garbage? Did I say a homeless man was garbage? I'm just a good Samaritan. No, a homeless man it's a lot of reasons why people get homeless. Sometimes it be these freaking divorces. Think about it. They say a lot of guys that go homeless and be because of divorce. If you only making $2,000 a month and your rent is $800, and they say, well, you can't live here, but you got to pay her rent. How you gonna pay her rent and your rent and still eat food, do this, do that? I'm telling you, the system is garbage. This is why I go so hard against marriage, because the system is garbage. These women get rewarded for giving up on men, for being hoes, for wanting to be hoes. Some women, let me tell you something. Some women, they ain't had enough, I'm going to say the word, they ain't had enough dick. So now, later on in life, now the man is running out of gas. He ready to retire. But now they not happy. They act a fool. And he like, man, I don't even want to be with her no more. But he's in his 40s now. See, she didn't do this when he was in his 20s. She waited till he got in his 30s and 40s to do this. This is what's happening. And so now guys be having to give up a lot of their wealth, or they have to go to work every day to give this broad that done gave up on them half. What do you know about the woman at the well? What about the woman at the well? She had a high body count. She had a high body count. Don't ever see this. Y'all see this, right? This is what's wrong with Christianity. We don't marry hoes. No, we not Hosea. You see, they want to make God look at them. Forgive woman. Thank your mom for bringing me here to hell. This person is a weirdo. Let's get back to content by request. This person is a weirdo. You can forgive women, but some of them you shouldn't be with them. Just period. We don't share them, they share us. Me putting my wing ding dizzle in a woman is not gonna make it loose or this or that. Whereas a woman, she's gonna become loose, she gonna smell different, she gonna act different. It's never, the Most High never intended for women. Women were supposed to be virgins and their vagina was supposed to mold to the shape and the size of their husband's penis. All of this talk about these guys being little and stuff, that ain't the case. You just too big. You done had too many. You weren't supposed to have all those men. This dude is a troll, man. Keep dealing with him. I had to go back to the comment. He said, doing it because they might need me to have their back. Yeah. Yep. See, some people do want you to have their back. Especially if they know you're strong or you got the resources or you can fight. Or that at one point in time they could depend on you. Like one of my guys that I used to run with ran into some problems and he called me up. So I'm talking to him about it. Well, he didn't call me up, he was texting me. We talking on text. I'm asking him, what's going on, man? You good over there? This. Because another one of our friends that I used to run with, was telling me about this, and then he ended up telling me, I don't think he knew that our other guy was telling. So he was trying to get me to come over there. So I'm like, man, what you got going? Why you want me to come over there? And he got to telling me, because he knew he was worried about the guy coming. He already knew that if I was there, I'm not going to just stand there idle. Like, I don't like getting involved in people's stuff, but he knew if I get him over here, and dude come over here shooting, he gonna shoot back at him. He knew that, so I'm telling him, man, forget that, and I'm asking him about it. And then that was just the end of it. But people do that. Like they'll use you to have their back. Cause like, you ever notice how, let's say you the muscle of y'all crew. You the one people don't want to test. Once you ain't around no more, they don't need you. So some people will become distant, or they'll start acting different towards you. He said if they're sticking around because I'm becoming successful, people will do that too. You get a better job, or you start doing good in business. Now people want to kind of flock to you, whereas at first they was distant. This is just the way of the world, Charisma. There ain't nothing we could do about it. It happens to the best of us. He said, but you'll see people show love and support to other people. Absolutely. I was just talking about this. You get a car or you get a nice house or a nice place. And some people won't even look at it or they won't congratulate you. But when the people they like better than you, oh, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. It's almost like some of them don't even want to see you be successful. And others, like you said, use you because you're successful. Either way is bad. But it's just how people is now. That's why we gotta be no matrix. So he said, but you'll see these people show love and support to other people, but have ASS when it comes to you. Of course, they showing you that they ops. Because if they were friends or they were allies, they wouldn't do it. He said, I know this is purposely done. Sometimes, some people are just so dumb, man. They don't even know, like, when they doing people like this. It's almost like they're trying to manipulate or break me in silence. A little bit of both. When a person is trying to manipulate you, they'll have a combination of actions and emotions toward you. Like sometimes, like case in point, the troll that was in here, 1 second, he'll be trying to insult me. The next second, he passive aggressive, trying to, oh, I love you, this, that, and the other. And if you watch the other live that I did earlier, it was kind of annoying because I could see it. And I could see it because it ain't the first time that people have done it. So, my discernment is strong. They act like it will take something from them showing you support. Yeah. But the way you gotta be, you gotta, like, me and Waddell is gonna support you. We gonna support you. But apart from this group we finna form, it's like, you gotta, like you say, your discernment. Deal with the people who you get the good vibe from, who you get the supportive vibe from. The people that's doing those other things that you mentioned, if you got to deal with them from the basis of work, just keep it work related. Don't care what they do, what they think, because the devil could be using them to keep you down. See, one thing people don't know about the devil and the legions of demons that are under the devil understands how the power of the universe works. That's why the devil teaches her people how to manifest and how to believe and to call those things that be not as though they were. Because the devil understands the power of the universe. Just like she understands that if she could keep you at a low vibe, a low frequency, putting somebody in their place, that's not going to lower your frequency. If you got to put somebody in their place, that's not going to lower your frequency. What's going to lower your frequency is if you up here and you let these people who ain't down with you like that bring you down. Remember in algebra, positive 10 plus negative 7, or positive 10 minus negative 7. Remember how that worked in algebra? That algebra stuff, they learned algebra literally from learning the universe and how the universe works. Like even if you go about and you go do some research on Tesla, when he learned those how the universe worked, he kind of equated it with numbers. says, why pretend to like me but not mess with me? They can't, let me tell you something. Low frequency people don't know where they at practically or what they doing. That's why the murder rate is so high in these cities, because these people is low frequency. When you low frequency, you don't know how to love or respect people. And most people is low frequency, even some of the ones that claim not to be. Wait, all right. I'm trying to go dead on me. There we go. So, the devil knows, for instance, the devil knows the Most High don't like idolatry. He said, you shall have no other gods before me. That was the greatest problem in what Adam did. He made Eve and the serpent God and forgot about and threw off what the Most High said to him. They are cowards. And you know what I used to do? When people couldn't beat me and they were trying to jump me, the only way I'm fighting them is if I know I can beat both of them or all three of them. Other than that, I'm going to retreat and I'm going to catch them by themselves. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Like, I remember when I was in Texas and there was a debate going on. We debated and they was trying to gang up on me, right? But I had to work late night with one of the dudes that was trying to debate. So I rubbed my hands together and said, yeah, we got to finish this conversation. You know what he did? He went and sat somewhere he knew I couldn't come by him, because on late night, one person had to be on one end of the room, the other person had to be on the other end of the room, and you couldn't move until they start getting up and you doing chores and stuff like that. So he went and sat down because he knew that I wasn't going to talk across the room, because that would be disturbing the guys to sleep, and then they'll wait. Excuse me. They'll wait till the superintendent comes in and to tell her, oh, he was disturbing my sleep. So yeah, that's how you got to go about it. How do you deal with people like this? He asked. You try not to deal with them. If you have to deal with them from a work-related standpoint, or if you're in a relationship with them, that's a person that you should be dumping. But if you got to go to work and these people at your job, and you like your job, or your job is good paying job, then you can't let them get to you. And a lot of the things they do that'll get on your nerves, you just got to ignore. That's how you deal with them. Like, sometimes you may have to agree with people even though you don't. Like me. And they say stuff, sometimes I'll just be like, okay, all right, yes, sir. And sometimes we, like, for instance, one of them be like, if you always calling me, what I need you for? So he was being critical. I agreed with him. And I said, okay, from now on, I'm not calling you for nothing then. And if I don't call him, he said, why you ain't calling me? I'm going to be like, well, you told me if I call you, what you need me for? So I'm trying to make it my business not to call you. You ain't gonna agree with everybody. You ain't gonna like everybody. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Ever. They can't put you in heaven. They can't help you get to heaven. They can't put you in hell. So they limit it out the rip. What gives people power is when you put your emotions into what they say and do. If you see as a person that don't never see no wrong in nothing they do or say, why keep trying to convince them? Like if you're in a relationship with a person like that, you ain't gonna get nowhere with them. Let me tell you how some of these women is. Some of these women, this would, you know, they're a manipulator, you know, they're vindictive, you know, they're trying to dominate you. When it's time for them to be corrected, they shut down. But they always trying to correct you. And to me, those are the ones that be weak with other guys. When I look back to when I was a teenager up until now, it was always the one that thought they knew everything, that talked a lot, that when it come to other guys, they was weak. Those are the ones that cheat. Those was the ones that flirt. Because somebody somewhere made them feel more important than they actually are. And with every woman, I think they have to be brought back down to earth. Once you bring them down to earth, they might be worth something. But while they up here, they ain't gonna be no good. They ain't gonna benefit you at all. All you gonna be doing is spending money. Let me tell you something. Every guy I know that is not on the same page with his wife has money problems. It don't matter how much he makes or how little he makes. He gonna have money problems or health problems or both. That's why when you put people under your roof, you better make sure y'all on the same page. Let me show you something. How can I want to give you a visual. I want to give you a visual. I can't. Okay, I'll give you an example. When a car enters a garage, where's that car? It's in the garage, right? You could say that the car has become one with the garage because it's inside the garage. The garage is a building. The car is inside the garage. It's one with the garage. Just like when a man is inside a woman, at that point, at that moment, he's one flesh with her. Because his flesh is in her flesh, making one flesh. Okay, so well, what happens then when they stop doing that? They not one flesh no more. Especially in terms of covenant. If you have a couple that stops having sex, they're no longer one flesh. The sex is what is the continual reminder of the covenant. That's why they call it consummating a marriage. Because the sex is the binding of the covenant between husband and wife. And as they do it for two purposes. Three, if you want to add what I'm about to say. One, for childbearing, to build. He said, be fruitful and multiply. So that's one reason why they do it. So when a woman, what do they call it? Ties her tubes and burns them, then she's tying herself from building with the next guy. So, yeah, you could still marry them, but I mean, you're not going to be able to build a family with a woman who has her tubes tied. The second is to consummate and to have the continual reminder of the covenant between the husband and wife. That's the continual reminder. And the Bible even says that her body is not her own, but for her husband, right? So when a woman chooses not to do that, she's breaking the covenant. Just like she's breaking the covenant if she does that with somebody else. That's why the Most High said that they can only remarry when their husband dies, because that covenant is supposed to continue unless the man chooses. He gave the man the option to break it. He didn't give the woman the option to break it, because remember, he said he shall have rule over you. So when they sinned in the Garden of Eden, that changed everything. So when they not doing it, they just a roommate. It ain't no different than when I was at Jackson State and I had roommates. I wasn't fruity, so I wasn't doing nothing with them, but we slept in the same room that's in the same building. So they were roommates technically. So a woman who chooses for whatever reason, and there's not any reasons that the Most High gave her where she could say no to her husband except her menstrual, then she's breaking the covenant, and she thinks she's doing it on him, but she's really rebelling against the Most High. You don't believe me? If you think matter of fact, I'll read it for you. Because sometimes you just got to show people in the scripture. I'm going to read it for you. Excuse me if I had something on my face. We're going to go to 1 Peter chapter 3. That's why women will bring up, look, you drink. Look, man, I got criticized last night because I had a 4-pack. Now, I'm finna show you something. Now, keep in mind, I weigh 290 some odd pounds. You see how much is left? Look at this. I'm showing you. Look how much is left. I was criticized last night. They're not there to do that. They suppose, if they choose, let's say, if you ask a woman to marry you and she says, I do, from a biblical standpoint, she's accepting everything with you. She's supposed to refuse the marriage if she's not willing to accept everything with you. But these women now, though, they something else. They think they could just Tia Mowry their marriage away. And God is just going to bring this other dude along. You giving that other dude bad luck. Let me see. This 1 Peter chapter 3. It says, in the same way, you wives, be subject to your own husband, so that if any of them are disobedient to the word, they may be won over without a word by the behavior of their wives. As they observe your pure and respectful behavior, well, most of them ain't respectful, your adornment must not be merely the external braiding of the hair, wearing gold jewelry or putting on apparel, but it should be the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable quality of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is precious in the sight of God. So if a gentle and quiet spirit is precious in the sight of God, then how do you think he feel about all that arguing and nagging? Y'all know how he think, right? The opposite holds true. So it says, for in this way the holy women of former times who hoped in God also used to adorn themselves, being subject to their own husband, just as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you have proved to be her children if you do what is right without being frightened by any fear. Fear. Oh, and this is what some women do. They want to be the tough girl with their friends or their sisters or their cousin. So they ruin their relationship to make it seem like they could care less. And then them same friends and cousins and sisters and stuff and brothers that they were trying to impress be looking at them like, man, they stupid. What she think she gonna find out here? That's how it be. So, let me show you definition of the word subject, and feel free to be asking questions because I'm gonna be getting off of here soon. But let's look at the definition of subject. Definition. That's why I don't get off into any. I done learned my lesson, man. If I'm gonna be off into anybody, it's gonna be the Most High and Him alone. Yeah, I treat people right that treat me right, but I'm not finna be all off into these chicks and stuff, and then they turn on you down the line. Let's see.
Subject.
A person or thing that is being discussed, described, or dealt with. It says, dependent or conditional upon. The proposed merger is subject to the approval of the shareholders. Dependent or conditional upon. Be subject to your own husbands. Here's another one. Cause or force to undergo. To bring under one's control or jurisdiction. So this is probably the better definition. To bring under one's control or jurisdiction. So he telling women to be under the jurisdiction of your husband. And you know it's the Most High, because if you go to Genesis chapter 2, what did he say? Your desire shall be for your husband, for he shall have rule over you. He wasn't just, the Most High wasn't just saying that to Eve. He was saying that to all women. So when you get married and your husband don't rule over you, just saying. Last week, I was watching something, and it was somebody I put a bunch of clips of women who didn't want to kiss their husband during the wedding. And I was just looking at that like, man, why these dudes keep marrying these women, man? Are they not listening to us? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't feel sorry for them. It was a bunch of them. Like, one woman acted like she was finna throw up. Why would you marry somebody that you feel that way about? Charisma said attention seeker. Now I'm looking at y'all comment. 1 cup, 2 bears. Definitely. Don't mind me. I study to show myself approved. Man, you don't study to show yourself nothing. Charisma said keep studying and show instead of talking in comments. Exactly. I'm sure I see that 1 cup, 2 bears is a goofy. Someone challenged my position and I'll take. I already challenged your position. You didn't give me. I told you to give me, if he's still here, I told you to give me a scripture line upon line in the book of the law with John 3:16. Friend of the world is an enemy of God. Define friend of the world. So what, we should listen to gospel music all day? James Cleveland, we all know what he was doing. So we should listen to him? Flesh and blood on a different battle than the spiritual eyes wide open. Look, I'm telling you, he said, I do love you. Do we not know one another how we love one? Love covers a multitude of sins. Waddell says wise words. This 1 cup too. 1 cup, are you still in here? I ain't even appoint no moderator. So who's retracting these messages? Unless they taking them back themselves. Waddell says, is there any way to block that goofy? Is he still in here? Actually, it is. I could hide him. I'm going to keep cooking him for a little while, though. Hey, listen, this is what people do. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a woman. I really believe it is. 1 cup. If you hear, are you a woman or a man? I wouldn't doubt it at all. Because a lot of these women, they try to use the Bible to gain an edge on God. Don't let them do it. Stand on them, no matter what. If they gonna be with you, you make them follow your lead or get out of your face. And you start getting thirsty, jag. Simple as that. But don't let your thirst cause you to deal with women that are not good for you. People can't hate that. They hate that I do what I do. Hey, 1 cup, look. You hate that, don't you? Well, let me help. Look, watch this. Watch this, 1 cup. Now show me a commandment or a law that tells me that I can't have a beer. These people, they don't know the scripture. One reason is because they reject prophets all day, all night. All they do is reject the prophet. The church emasculates men. They try to tell men that the Bible says submit one to another. No, it doesn't. Not in terms of relationship, it don't. Read that. That's why the next verse, he said, wives, be subject to your husband. Because he knew that some of those women was going to think that they could be telling their husband what to do. And you know it ain't. You know that submit to one another, that submit to one another is not in line upon line. Because if that was the case, why would he tell them to learn at home? not to even speak in the church. See, y'all don't know how to rightly divide the word. Does nothing negative to me. No negativity. I get more negative dealing with some of y'all phony balonies than I do when I sip this beer. Sipping beer make me want to have fun. But I ain't knocking nobody who don't drink. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And I'll tell you something else. I don't smoke weed. But weed, there is far more pressing issues than even that. Okay, so let's say a person was praying to the Most High for salvation, asking the Most High to write their name in the book of life, trying to be with them, good heart towards them. He's searching their heart, but they still smoke weed and they end up getting in a car crash and dying. Y'all goofies think that a person who was trying to make their way to God, but might have not been all the way there with certain stuff, y'all believe they'll be lost, don't you? That's one of the whole church fell out over. When I was at the Church of God in Christ, she came up to me and said, "So you mean to tell me if a person is smoking cigarettes, you wouldn't tell them they ain't saved?" I said, "No, I wouldn't tell them they not saved because I don't know where they at with the Most High. Because I knew a guy that still smoked cigarettes and he used to feel so guilty. He'd be like, man, I want to quit, man, but it's sad. So I'm telling them, man, you do need to quit because you harming your body. That's the main reason." I said, but that ain't gonna dictate where you at with the Most High at that point. If it was, do you think weed is sorcery? Yes. It's been hard stopping, and I haven't been doing it for 2 months now. Of course, it's gonna be hard stopping doing stuff that you liked it doing or that you want to do. But I'll tell you something else. Too many of these is sorcery. If I go drink a 24 pack, I'm not gonna feel the same. I might pass out. He said he trying to mess up the real message. True. But remember when them tax collectors was coming to the Most High? They was doing all type of stuff. He said, "Be merciful to me, a sinner." And the Messiah said he went home justified. Now, do it happen every time? Of course not. But it happens with the sincere and the genuine. Here's why weed is sorcery. Because you know how in the book of Revelation it say that the leaves is going to be for the healing of the nations? Well, what they call sorcery was basically replacements for the power of God. So anything, they call it alchemy. Sorcery and alchemy was like the same thing. And the word, when he was calling people hypocrites, that came from, it was an actual person named Hippocrates. And what he was doing is he was like a Gargamel for his generation. Remember Gargamel? You might be too young, Waddell, but your parents might have told you about the Smurfs. But Gargamel used to make potions and stuff to try to catch the Smurfs. Well, anything that's not going to get the full job done It's sorcery. So he was calling him he was calling them hypocrites because they was trying to rely on other means, like the person Hippocrates. Look up Hippocrates, if I'm saying his name right. He said, well, I don't know because I had a spine injury and I was taking this church, Charisma 808. I was taking up to 7 medications per day until I got my medical card. Listen, I'm not saying that we can't get a job like that done because, I mean, it's proof in the Bible. We don't know what those leaves was. Those could be marijuana leaves on the tree of life. He said, I would say don't abuse anything. And that's good advice. That's good advice. Because I know, okay, I'll give you this example. I know somebody, right? He used to drink heavy, like heavy, every day. He stopped drinking and he stopped eating salt and he died. See, sometimes people, one thing about us people is we handle things different. This is why the Most High said sin is breaking of the law. See, we try to call stuff sin where there's not a law against it. If there's not a law, a statute, or a warning against it, it's all right to do. If there's a warning against it, but not a law against it, then that's telling you to be careful with it. Like case in point, Revelation 21, 7 and 8. It lists sorcery among those that shall have a part in the lake of fire. So what that's telling you is be careful with that stuff, this sorcery. Be careful with that stuff, this idolatry. Be careful with that stuff when in regards to sex. Be careful with everything that was mentioned in there, and either don't do it at all, or if you do it, be careful. So, shoot, energy drinks are sorcery. Think about it. I drink an energy drink to get energy. What's energy? Energy is a part of what we call vibration and frequency. In physics, what do y'all know the formula for energy in physics? Energy. Now, it ain't distance over time. I think that's speed. I'm trying to think of the formula. Let me look it up so I can prove what I'm saying with this right here. Watch this. Let me see. Wait, hold on. What else says? It seemed like every time I smoke with my homies, we end up gearing to me getting back into man. You ever notice how when you hang with your boys, all they got is them stories from the streets? Wait, EMC squared. I think that's geometry, right? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. It says, and lately I've been feeling like I'm doing the wrong thing. That's why I asked, and lately I've been feeling like I'm doing the wrong thing. Man, forget them streets, man. Then take it from me, somebody that really ran for a couple years in them streets, man. It ain't worth it. They want you to think it's fun, man. It ain't fun having to watch your back every second. That's how it was. Like, my block was into it. We got along with some blocks in some areas, but it was a specific side of town where it's good. I like to see y'all two talk, man. Y'all brothers, man. Waddell and Charisma. So, wait, let me look up the formula. Physics. energy formula. Oh, you're right. You're right. MC squared. Yeah. Momentum and energy. It expresses the fact that an object at rest has a large amount of energy as a result of its mass. What is the formula for energy? Yep, I think. Energy is defined as the capacity to do work. The energy stored, it says the energy stored in the object due to its position and height is known as potential energy. So yeah, you was right. Charisma said, I hear you, bro. I stopped smoking with the homies years ago. It's nothing good that comes out of ninjas smoking together. It's very unproductive. Waddell said you're right about that, Charisma. Very unproductive. I stopped smoking at 21. I told them, I said, when I hit 21, we used to smoke blunts like crazy. When I hit 21, I said, man, this it. I ain't smoking no more. And I didn't. But I still drink though. I stopped for a while. But yeah. When you hang around people, you gotta make sure. This is how you gauge the people you're around. Do it make you want to do good or evil being around them? Do it make you want to be productive or unproductive being around them? That's how you judge it. That's how you judge it. Me, when I got married, those guys, they still was hanging together. They never stopped hanging together. But I stopped going around them. I probably shouldn't have. Now I think back, I shouldn't have. Like, when you go on a different path, this is what you should do with your boys. You should try to get them to come with you. And if they don't, you just don't hang with them no more. Hang with people that is on that same path, same wavelength as you. That's how you do that. If you used to sell drugs and you don't want to do that because you don't got time to be in no prison cell and they still trying to sell drugs, equals get you some new friends. If they just want to have barroom brawls and talk about it, yeah, I was doing it, and yeah, he came at me, and I hit him with it. Man, no. No. Yeah, Charisma, I heard that Ace is moving to Las Vegas. Man, they building up Vegas, man. But that was content by request. He said, Waddell said, all they want to talk about is moving that white girl and Fetty Wap. So they still like Fetty Wap down there in Atlanta. That's why I've been wanting to move around. Shoot, man. I told you. Remember what I told you? Charisma is out in Las Vegas. That's a place to consider. 'Cause I'm telling you what we finna do. Shoot, I might move out there too. It's possible. Cause my field, like hopefully I won't have to be confined to no job that I can do other things, but my field is everywhere. They hiring in Vegas, they hiring, well, I wouldn't do it in Atlanta. Oh, that's what they call fentanyl? He said it's not the rapper, it's referring to fentanyl. So they call it Fetty Wap. Okay. I didn't even know that. That stuff is dangerous, man, to the touch. Some people have a seizure just from touching it. They risking themselves just by touching it. That's guys that don't use their brain. Because I guarantee you, I make more for my job than a lot of dudes that's out there selling drugs. And I'm not rich per se, but I know they ain't either. I know a dude that's broke as a joke, and all he do is try to hustle. So you say it's referring to fentanyl. I never knew that. That's crazy. That is crazy. A lot of these dudes is so trippy that you can't even really, it really don't make sense being around them. What else says white girl equals cum or coke. So they trying to have all these code words and they still gonna go to jail. Cause them police gonna learn it. What they do, they gonna have an agent in the hood, or they gonna take one of the dudes from the hood, tell them we'll give you X amount of dollars. We just need to know what's going on, and he gonna drop the dime on everybody. So they can come up with all the code words they want. They still going down. And it's crazy because the police, they'll let you get big and then they'll take you down. Trust me, listen, man. They'll let you get big. When you start getting big, this is what they do. They stake out first. They'll stake out. They'll tell somebody, hey, you got to go somewhere else. Or they'll try to get them to just, well, can we just watch this particular person from your house this day, right? So they'll stake out. If you alert, you'll see them. Like, and no, you ain't, like some people be thinking they being paranoid. You look across the street and you see somebody with binoculars just watching you like this through a blind. You'd be like, I ain't crazy. This person that got binoculars watching. Exactly. My biggest thing is I don't want to lose my freedom for a block I don't even own. The block I came up on is known by most people in Milwaukee. And the way I act now, people will never believe that I was one of the ones that came up with that clique. One person we say founded it, started it, because when you tag something, you make it official. So they say, this person started it. But they say, I'm the one that came up with what the acronym meant. And then somebody else, like it was a couple people that had a part in it. But now you got these dudes that I ain't never known in my life claiming it. And it's like, I look at it like, that was a bad, See, this how, okay, I'm going to give you a hood story. This what happened. Back in a previous life, when I say previous life, I mean when I was different than I am now. I called myself running with a particular gang or group or affiliation. And so in the process of doing that, I still grew up with these guys over here. And so what was happening was I was getting into it with guys that was supposedly with them, and they was getting into it with guys that was supposedly with me. And so it was my idea. I ain't gonna lie. I said, man, forget this gang stuff. We just need to start repping the block. Because people was calling us flake and, oh, they some bunch of flakes and how they hang with these people. Then they come to me, are you with them? And I'm like, I grew up with them. I've known them since kindergarten, some of them. Since 11, 12. And so I was thinking about it. We all was out there one day, as usual. And I said, man, I'm being honest with you. What we should do, we should stop trying to rep these gangs, just rep the block. And I just went down into how people was getting into it and stuff like that. And they was agreeing. I said, we can call it such and such. And then, because I had already thought about it, I said, bleep, 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 right? And I said, because when you think about it, we was joking around. I said, you got such and such, you got such and such, you got such and such. And people's like, well, I'm such and such. And so one of my guys tagged it, and it became official. And that was all probably, let me see, I was a little younger than you, Waddell. Maybe 21, 22. 23 is when I started. Like I started waking up, reading the Bible and praying and seeing that some of the things I was doing, I needed to stop. And then I came to the faith. That being Christianity, which for a lot of people, Christianity is the beginning. What else says it's crazy? One of the main reasons why I started listening to you, I have such a similar story. I was a foundation to the block. I'm from Maryland. That's why my mom kicked me out and I moved to ATL. You from Baltimore? Man, Maryland, it goes down for real. You think Milwaukee is bad. Maryland, Baltimore, they neck and neck, but I think Baltimore might be a little worse. Suitland. Oh yeah, you did tell me that. You told me that. Look, can I ask you something? You don't gotta answer if you don't want to. When your mother kicked you out, was it a stepdaddy in play? Just outside of. Was it another dude in her ear? Like, so your father lived in Atlanta, and your mother lived in Maryland? See? Uh-huh. He said, yeah, me and him had a physical altercation, and she took his side. He said, I whooped him, so I had to go. Man, dude, I know so many people that whooped on their stepdaddy. I don't even see why guys even try to be a stepdaddy. Either they get whooped by the kids or they get whooped by the ex. But usually they get whooped. And a lot of times, guys be trying to side with their mother and stuff, but let some other dude come in the picture. He'd be like, why he still live with you? Ain't he grown? He need to get his own place. And now she's telling him he need to get his own place. And then so he go with his pops. If I had a situation like that, I'd be like, man, I tried to tell you. You think people won't go against you for another dude? Think again. It happened all the time. It happens all the time. So, I got kicked out during my senior year of high school and still played college ball. Yeah? Where'd you play? How do you put somebody out that's in high school, though? Man, these... Is she still with the guy that she put you out for whooping? That's another question. There's no way I would go against my kids for a chick. I would tell her, Bridgewater College, Mom threw away my offer to Alabama State. Wow. Yes. Oh, so she's still with him. You know what? It's weird how our situations are similar. So when I was finna go to college, right? My mother, I had a guarantee. It was academic though. It wasn't. Yeah, I did play a little sports, but it was an academic thing where it was like a guaranteed grant, guaranteed scholarship money. All you had to do was send the paper back in, right? My mother, when she cleaned up the house sometimes, she'd just start getting angry and throwing stuff away. And she threw that paper away. I looked everywhere. I said, you had to throw it away. And I wasn't being disrespectful towards her, but that's one time I was kind of like yelling at my mother because had I still had that paper, I would have graduated from Jackson State. Because that was ongoing. All I had to do was send it in, and they was gonna be giving me a lot of that money for school, if not all. And on the paper it said you get a certain grade point, that's the more they cover. Think of how different things would have been if I would have stayed at Jackson State. All that hood stuff I got involved in would have never happened. And I still would have had kids. They just would have looked different, and they would have been by somebody else. And I know I would have had kids because I was just busting. Waddell said I got academic to Bridgewater, but Alabama was a football scholarship. And you would have been in that SWAC. You would have had fun, man. I'm telling you. Because one thing about the SWAC, for me going to Jackson State, you don't even have to be on the team. If you practice with the team or you would have been on the team, they look at that the same as if you are on the team. And Bridgewater was D3, but I was still trapping and got caught up, so I dropped out. Yeah, I dropped out of Jackson State, and I called myself doing some of that when I came back. So check it out. I'm talking to my college buddies on a burner phone, one of my guys that I was running with. And I'm out there making moves. And they like, man, you coming back to school? I said, nah, man, I ain't coming back, man. I'm out here getting money, man, just being stupid. I should have went back to school. Because, like, if I think about it, the field I was in, that would have been, okay, this is 2024. I would have graduated in 1997 or 98. So this would have been, let's say I would have stayed in the same field. This would have been my 26th year in the field. I would have been automatic 6 figures. Industrial engineering, I would be probably like over Nissan or some stuff, like overseeing the whole operation. People would be getting good jobs from the SWAC, man. Make no mistake about it. They probably blackball them with the sports, but people still be getting good jobs from graduating from the SWAC. So I'll be practically finna retire had I stayed in school. He said, I'm smart, but you big smart, man. I mean, I just be trying to do research, man. I just be trying to, like, the brain is a muscle. It's like a muscle. Like, the more you work it, the more stronger it becomes. That's why you see people that, like, just sit around idle. They go to prison. They do dumb stuff because they not strengthening their brain. You strengthen your brain by reading, by knowing about stuff, by memorizing stuff. All of that's exercise for the brain. Why do you think when older people start doing crosswords, it keep their brain sharp? Or they eat foods like blueberries and watermelon and stuff like that. It keeps their brain sharp. It keeps their body sharp. It keeps their blood flowing. Stuff like avocado and pistachios and watermelon. Said, I really appreciate you, man. You definitely helped me up on my hard days that I just want to go back to the easy life. I'm telling you, man, these police now, they catching people. They come up to you like this, they catching people. Like, it ain't as easy as people make it. And I guarantee you a lot of your guys is in and out of jail, just like mine. Like, I just found out one of my guys, they gave him a slap on the wrist, put him in a work release program. And as soon as he got out, he went and did the same thing again. Said, wait, hold on. Let's see what this person said. He said, they be on my ass too. They tried to hide that. That ain't bad like that. So now they say he got a party to a crime. So they either dead or doing 15 plus years. See, you ain't making no money doing 15 years. What, making jail license plate? Ain't no money. Okay, I'm finna show you. This is why I don't see why guys even go that route. If you get 15 years, you ain't making no money. But if you work 15 years, let's say even if you only make $50,000, In 15 years, that's 750,000 you done made. So these dudes be flashing like 10,000, 50,000. If you save 10% of 750,000, you got 75 G's. That's more than most people. These guys have put their whole freedom at stake to have $60,000 in the shoebox. And then when they go to jail, they get 10, 20 years. They wayward girl is spending their money and giving it to her new Pookie. Said, man, that's why I work 7 days a week trying to get out of on my own clean. You keep me motivated. Man, I be working, man. I be doing multiple things as far as work too. And believe me when I tell you, if I was like, man, F this job stuff, hey man, what you trying to do? He called me from I could talk to people and be like, man, I got it here. And I could go and listen, if I wanted to, I could be on Keys within a 4 to 6 month period. Selling keys. It's all in who you know. But for me, nah. I can have a food truck and have more money than these boss drug dealers. He said, I hear you, man. Literally. Man, there's so many food trucks in Milwaukee now. And Milwaukee is not even the food truck capital. These guys, okay, look, so we got Burleigh. It's a food truck over there, Fatty Patty, burgers. Then on Capitol Drive, you got, it'd be like 3 food trucks right there. Now you go up Capitol, the other food truck, he be on the block, like a couple blocks away, going up Capitol. Then you go to 76th Street, you got a food truck on Hampton, you got a food truck on Good Hope. That's because they making money. They making more money from these food trucks. And then we got a barbecue truck that be on between Hampton and Mayfair Road in the parking lot by one of the gas stations. And they on DoorDash. So they done got, they getting people ordering their stuff from DoorDash. So they big time. Like once you get on DoorDash, man, you gonna be up there. Cause think about it, DoorDash will charge you like $100 a month or something like that. But then they might charge you a fee, a percentage. But the main fee I think they charge the people that's on there is like $100 per month. They making that every day. They making that, man. This ain't the type of world that you gotta just do dirt to make money. People do dirt because that's the only thing they know. You don't have to do dirt, man. You could write books. You could have a podcast now. Like I make a little money from YouTube. If they was fair, I would make more. And that's only a source. It's money that you could make out here, man. People is doing Lyft, making $700-800 a week on the side with jobs. Imagine that. You got a job and you making, let's say you making $1,500 every 2 weeks, right? But then you're doing Lyft on the side, you're making $700 a week. You living off the 1,500. Imagine if you just kept stacking that 700. That's what some people are doing. They making the money. Like, and then that week you get your check, you really getting 2,200. I'm telling you, man, it's money that can be made out here. But guys be messing their money up over these chicks. Look at Jonathan Majors. He said, even though I'm tied with the streets, know where I go. Yeah, be careful with them streets, man. Be careful with that. I'm telling you. Guys will be out here beefing, and they got these switches now. They been came through there and switched y'all up. My old neighborhood, I rarely even go over there, man. It's a bunch of new dudes. Some of the guys I know are still over there, but I barely even go over there, man. But I'm finna get off of here. I might try to do me a couple more Call of Duty matches. Y'all play Call of Duty, you gonna catch me in ship. Finna get on this Call of Duty before I go to sleep. What time is it? It's 12:23. So I might play for like an hour. But yeah, just every decision we make should be a decision that's gonna benefit us in a positive way. Whether it's the people you hang with, he said be easy, man, appreciate everything. Whether it's the people you hang with, whether it's your work decision, every decision we make should be benefiting us positively. And then I'm gonna close on that note. Shout out to everybody that came in here except for One Cup Bear. Hey man, go pray, ask the Most High to teach you the Bible. One Cup. What is his name? One Cup, Two Bears. But anyway, thank y'all that came through here. 323 with it says you and Mark. I'm a Mark, but you ain't showing your face or your name. Who are you? Who are you? Are you a YouTuber? Are you a YouTuber? Because you definitely ain't showing your face. Yo mama. That don't bother me, man. Because you ain't, I don't even know who you are. You came in here to say that. Do I know you? Do I know you from somewhere? If I know you from somewhere, just tell me where I know you from. Where do I know you from? That's what I thought. From your mama's house. What is this, a kid? So they let him come in here, but then they tried to hide Waddell's message. You sound like a pig for sure. From your mama's house. That's a kid. 323 with it. But seriously though, where I know you from? Where you just come in here saying that? Are you a YouTuber? Is this you, Tommy Sotomayor? or Angry Man or any of y'all? That's what I thought. You ain't gonna say who you are. And that's why I watch my back too. Because you ain't gonna be able to come from behind. I'ma see you. Gap teeth. Man, man, this is a childish person, man. What are you, 12? You talking about my teeth like teeth really matter. This is either, are you a woman or are you a kid or both? What else, and man? I know you see what I said. 323 with it. Go find something safe to play with. Man, hey, I'm gonna tell you what, we finna link up on these dudes. I'm gonna tell you flat out. We finna link up and we gonna have this unity group and we ain't gonna be playing no games. Three, two, three with it. I wonder if I could do a reverse lookup on this person and find out who they are. I told you, man, these people be hating big time. Said, you know, I'm with all the smoke. He said he Waddell Daily. Man, this dude is a clown, man. With your 4 eyes. With your 4 eyes. Just a kid, Waddell. You a mark on the set. On what set? What set am I a mark on? Tell me. Waddell responded to him, wow, that's cute, come see about me. Then he want to put a fist bump? These people is crazy, man. You a mark on the set. What set am I a mark on? I ain't never been considered no mark on the set. And everybody know that I got into the Bible and stuff. They still ain't never looked at me as no mark. You just talking out your booty. They hear his comment. He said, go brush your hair, my nigga. I'm at home. Why would I have to brush my hair? He said, it looked like your breath stank. How cute. Charisma said, it's so funny. Y'all would not talk that stuff if you seen him on the street. Only way they would is if they think they got me outnumbered. And don't get me wrong, Milwaukee got some rough characters. But they ain't running up on me one-on-one. Hardly none of them, unless they think they got something I don't. Waddell said he ain't even part of no set, just talking about nut. Slowpoke says, I'm always good with the spear like Goldberg. Info SS. What did that even mean? What are you talking about? You already not showing your face. 3-2 with it. You already not showing your face. I don't know who you are. You're not telling me what city you live in. Three, two with it. What city you live in? Now he all the way in LA. Man, if you don't get out of here. Waddell, they tried to hide your message. Waddell said, man, these trolls really be pussy. They do. He all the way in LA. 2 clown emojis, fist bump. Let me see. What YouTuber is in LA? It don't. He said, you still ain't on them just because you from LA don't mean SHIT. It don't. I don't know who he talking to, me or you, Waddell. He said, your mama, nigga. We ain't gonna pay no attention to him. I'm telling you, hey, it's a lot of people who think like me and Waddell and Charisma. You see, Charisma jumped in there too. And it's gonna be more of us. So, you know. Waddell, they hiding all your messages, man. We gonna be positive, but we ain't gonna play with these tools out here, man. Nigeria. Charisma said 3-2 with it. I'm in Vegas. If you want to fight, let's meet up and record it for YouTube. You can't call no 12 though. And me and Waddell gonna make sure we there to have your back. As a matter of fact, Charisma, I'm trying to get out there for the New Year's Day. Waddell, you should try to take a vacation too. We can meet up, discuss some stuff. But I'm trying to get out there New Year's Day. I ain't never been there either. But Charisma, they ain't gonna be no fights without us there, man. Now he's talking about Nigeria. Waddell said, I'm down for that. Yeah. I liable to move out there. We'll just see how it go on this job this first year. Because I could do what I do out there. But that dude just talking, man. Breath probably stink. Your breath probably stink. Who breath don't stink? You know somebody that breath never stink? So you wake up, your breath smell like Listerine? Right. These people crazy, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't one of these little punks from where I work at. They talk all that hot stuff at the job because they know can't nobody do nothing to them. Slowpoke said, how do you feel about people bragging about their city like it don't go down worldwide? You know what, Slowpoke? We was just talking about this. I just told somebody. They was talking about where they was from. I said, man, it's thugs everywhere. It's thugs in Montana. I heard Sydney, Montana is practically all black people. It's thugs everywhere, man. This is one of the reasons why I'm forming this group. Because it comes a point in time where you just need to move away from the people that ain't down with you like that. Like, you ever seen how you don't even talk to your neighbors? Like your neighbors don't even deal with you or anything. Your neighbors should be people that you close to, people that you have ties to that support you and you support them. And he calling somebody a mark. They keep blocking Waddell conversation. I'm hitting show. Said you ain't no SHID, man. We trying to have constructive conversation. Right. I'm telling you, man, the racist white man and all the other groups that don't like us, they have a field day with the ones that just want to go back and forth. They use them to keep the numbers down. They don't like when people like me, you, and Charisma and other people. I told Sean Breezy, it's a couple more. Charles was supposed to join us. Was that Charles? No, it was Big Parks. A couple other people. They don't like when we do that kind of stuff. Then they want to send their agents. But they like people who talk like 3-2-3 with it. They want black people to be against each other. They don't want us to unite and get about this business. They want us to be at odds with each other and against each other. I bet I ain't never seen him. This first time he said, Waddell said, I bet that guy ain't never liked any posts or been in any other lives. It could be one of these people, because you know, when I be doing the smoke series, could be one of them. These dudes weird, man. They weird, man, I'm telling you. But, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with ganging up if you ganging up for the right reasons and the right intention. Because believe you me, if people try to get out of line, they gonna get ganged up on. This is gonna be a peaceful work, a peaceful demonstration. But we ain't gonna be playing no games. That's just all it is to it. You know, but I'm working on the rules. Once I'm done with the rules, remember, I told y'all gotta add y'all rules. Y'all see, I don't want to talk about it too much on here because these people ain't down with us like that. But once I put the finishing touches, which gonna be this week, hopefully tomorrow, even though I gotta work 6 days in a row, once I put the finishing touches, that's when I'm gonna send it to y'all. And y'all know more about what this is that I'm up to. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm about to get on Call of Duty. About to get on this Call of Duty. Everybody have a good night. Waddell, Charisma, y'all brothers have a good night. Love. And we'll see y'all tomorrow with more videos.